Hello English Hackers, this is Braden Chase for English Hackers. Nice to see you guys tonight. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that was pretty important in helping develop the way that I teach and the way that I help my students learn. So I remember I was in a classroom, it was in a conference, right? I was at this conference and I'm listening to these presentations and I'm listening to some of the students who are there and they're talking about, yeah, English is just so hard. There's so many things that people have to memorize and learn. And look at all these lists and look at all this grammar and all these different things. And I'm like, that's not right. That doesn't work. And I remember sitting there and I'm thinking, and I'm like, something's not right. Something doesn't fit. I'm like, how do I help this? How do I help people understand that learning a language is not that. It's not just lists. It's not just rules and grammar and things like that. How do I help them see beyond that? And I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm listening, and finally it kind of just hit me and I went, oh, that's it. Learning a language is not like learning mathematics or like learning geography or anything like that. Learning a language is like learning to walk. And I was like, there it is. That's how I can explain it. That's how things can make sense. So a lot of the times we look at English, especially in the traditional classrooms inside of English schools, and what you're taught is, here's a rule, and don't do this, and don't do that, and yes, do this, go do your homework, right? And it's very kind of dead in that way. But I have 4 children, and I remember sitting here watching them run around a lot, and when they're growing up, they obviously don't run, right? They crawl around, but then they start kind of getting up and kind of standing up and then falling down, and standing up again and falling down, right? And they learn this process of walking through walking, right? I mean, it takes a while. I mean, when you look at a child, first they start moving, then they start crawling very slowly, then they start walking and falling and walking and falling and walking and falling, right? And then after a little while, they are able to walk, and then they can kind of run a little bit, and then they can run and walk and jump, right? And things kind of build and they get better and better and better. But with a child, you don't show up and say, okay, in order to walk, son, you need to put your right foot first by flexing your quadricep on your right leg, and that will pull your knee up and move it forward approximately 32 centimeters. I mean, we don't talk that way to children because children don't understand that, and it's just not possible. But for some reason, we think that if we do that in a classroom, in an English classroom, that somehow it's going to work there. And the reality is that it just doesn't, right? We learn English, right? My students learn English because they learn in the same way and through the same tools and using the same mental capacities that children have to learn to walk. Within your brain, within yourself and who you are, you have the ability to learn English in the same way that you've learned your native language or any of the other languages that you've done. Can you learn English? Yes. Done. Okay? There's no question about that. Of course you can. How are you going to do that is the real question. Do I do it this way? Do I do it that way? And the short answer here is that you can learn English through this practice approach. Okay? And one of the coolest things about learning English in this way, instead of trying to memorize lists, which doesn't really work, you learn English through trying and then stepping back and thinking, okay, right? Was that right and was that wrong? Did this work or did it not work? If I say to someone, hello, did they say hello back? Or did they go, who are you, right? What was going on there, right? And we start processing things. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, now we'll try again. Hello. Oh, that one said hello back. Okay, now I got something. Hello's the right word. I said it right that time, okay? And we process and we think. With little children, the same thing happens when they're learning to walk, right? They stand up and then they fall down. And what they've learned with that, when they fall down, is like, oh, that was the wrong way. Let's try again. Hey, that's working, that's working. Okay, so the second time I did it a little better. I did this and this and this, and I stand it up a little better, right? I did it. Cool, right? We don't logically think that way, right? Children don't logically think like that, but that's what the brain does. It does this back and forth. Okay, I tried this, it worked. And I tried that, and it worked a little better, so let's stay over there. Now, I tried this other thing, that worked even better, so we're going to go that way, right? That's how it works. And the same process is what we should go through in language. We try something. Did it work? Yes, no, maybe, kind of, almost. And then if it did work, great. Take the next step. Did it not work? Okay, back off, right? We're okay, done. It's not working. Try something else. Ooh, that one worked. Then we take the next step and the next step. Okay, better, 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 right? We move on. And that's how people are able to learn English really fast, okay? Really, really, really fast. Is because instead of waiting for the teacher to come and say, teacher, is this right? Oh, thank you for telling me that's right. Teacher, correct this for me. They go out and they look for those answers to come from the people around them. So it's not the teacher who tells you if you're right or wrong. It's reality teaches you that you're right or wrong. You go and you talk to somebody. Did that person talk back? Oh, yes, no, maybe, kind of, almost, right? I said, you know, I like to study business. And someone responds with, what? Okay, that means you did something wrong. Okay? Oh, I need to change my pronunciation, or that was the wrong word, or something, right? I like to cook. And they go, oh, business is nice. You're like, wait, okay, so I said cook wrong. Something's wrong. Okay, and we catch, and we think, and we process. We try something, and someone gets confused, and then we fix it, okay? Like, oh, that was wrong, okay. This is one of the reasons why I talk a lot about watching movies in order to help you learn, or watching TV shows. Because if you know the story, and you know what's going on in your native language, then you can hear and process, oh, hey, he said that, and it worked this way. Oh, now I understand that when this happens, that other piece fits here, right? And we can think and process in all of those tools, right? We're able to get that feedback on what we're doing. Okay, does that make sense and how all this works? Are you getting this? So this tool, this feedback loop, right? In order for us to learn English, we have to try something and then get some kind of feedback. That was good, that was bad, okay? Now, the traditional way is to wait for the teacher to tell you, but that's not a good plan, right? You need to try to talk to somebody and then get some feedback in some way. And that's why I built the English Speaking Secrets the way that I did. There's a tool inside of it that allows you to talk, right? Or sorry, that allows you to hear. I said that backwards. That allows you to hear. You get something in your head and you go, okay, I get it. And then there's another training in there that says, okay, say it, and then you can get some feedback on it. Okay, did I say that right? Or did I say that well enough to be understood? Yes or no? Okay. I see a lot of students practicing their pronunciation, but they practice it wrong. And they end up learning the pronunciation wrong. But why? It's because they didn't get the feedback from the people, right? From talking to somebody. If I say something to you and you don't understand, I can immediately go, okay, that was wrong. Try it this way. Nope, that was wrong too. Try it this way. Ah, that one worked. Okay, now I got it. Okay, that's one of the great values of this feedback. You need to interact with people, or interact with some kind of maybe an online tool or a tutor or a conversation partner or a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group or something, talking with people and getting the feedback, right? If you don't have that feedback, you don't really know if you're getting any better, and you cannot get really good until you get that feedback. It is a necessary, fundamental part of learning English. So that's kind of my tip for tonight, guys. Look for those opportunities. Look for those opportunities to get feedback, not just to talk and to say stuff to people, because that's good, but it's not enough. You need the feedback. You need something that will say, Braden, that was wrong. Braden, that was okay, but not very good. Braden, that was good, but not great. You can do better. Braden, that was awesome, right? That's what you need. Something else, something outside of you, another person, a friend, a family member, a tutor, a tool, right, online, like the stuff that I have, something that tells you that was wrong and that was right. Because without knowing if it's wrong or right, do you know if you're actually learning English? And I would actually say that you aren't learning English unless you know that it's right or wrong, right? You have to know those things. So anyway, thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.